In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you why your bank account isn't actually empty and give you the exact energy shift that one of my clients used to manifest over $7,600 in a single day. And she didn't use vision boards or affirmations or any of that crazy stuff. Look, if you're struggling with money right now and you've tried this manifestation stuff, there's probably one thing that no one ever explained to you. And that's the real mechanics of how energy and frequency actually work. So a woman booked a call with me and she was so stressed. I mean, you could hear it in her voice. And she said, Ramon, I can't afford the full hour coaching session with you right now. So I just want to do 30 minutes. Now, in that moment, I could have told her to visualize or do a gratitude journal or something, but that wouldn't have worked because I knew that the problem wasn't money, it was her state of being. I told her, you have to honor your current belief system. If there's a part of you that doesn't believe that you can afford the full hour, then don't do it. As we went through that call, we started to uncover a lot of her limiting beliefs. You see, your beliefs cause you to think certain thoughts, which make you feel a certain way. And the way you think and the way you feel broadcasts this electromagnetic frequency that is connected to everyone and everything because everything is energy, everything is frequency, and everything is resonance. So by the end of the call, she was feeling great. And she said, I want to go the extra half hour. So we did the full hour. We uncovered more of her limiting beliefs. We let them go. And later that night, I get an email from her and she says, you're never going to believe this. She sends me a screenshot and she had manifested this amount overnight, which was more than she had ever manifested before. Now, did that money really come out of nowhere? No, it came out of alignment. It came out of resonance with that frequency. See, everything exists here and now, including money. And the only reason you don't see it yet in your bank account is because you're not yet a vibrational match to that reality. The moment she shifted her frequency, she shifted towards abundance, and that's when the money showed up. Something similar happened to me. 2018, we have less than $100 in our bank account. We're living in a two-bedroom apartment. We're playing Monopoly with my daughter when all of a sudden the lights get shut off. And she's asking, Dad, why are the lights off? And I didn't have the heart to tell her. So I told her, we're having a camp out. And I felt so ashamed. And that night I vowed to myself that I was going to figure this thing out. So we were meditating, we were raising our frequency, we were acting on our passions. And that's when I get a phone call from my friend Bill. And he says, you need to come over for lunch. And he says, you got to bring your driver's license, permanent address, and social security card. And I'm like, he's going to kill me just so Raquel can get the life insurance policy. Get to lunch and he says, I'm going to leave you over $100,000 in my will. And I just wanted to make sure that you would get it. That moment totally reset my whole concept of abundance. But looking back, I saw that I was raising my frequency. I was acting on my highest passions. And I was attuning my energy to abundance, and this was the manifestation that came. See, here's what these two stories kind of point to. Everything is a manifestation. Manifestation is not just some random occurrence. You're always manifesting. And you're manifesting exactly the reflection of the vibrations that you're putting out. And those vibrations all have frequency. That's how we measure energy. So if you change the frequency, you change your reality. Einstein basically proved that with E equals mc squared, that energy and matter are basically the same thing. Energy and money are basically the same thing. So your bank account, the bills in your wallet, the money that you have, it's all just energy. And that's why they call it currency. They're just energy in different forms of vibration. And when you truly understand this, everything changes immediately. See, the challenge is people look at their bank account, and I did this for years, and they say, this is what I have. And that reality causes them to think that they are separate from the wealth that they really want. And that feeling of separation creates the energy of lack. And when you're in that state, the only thing that can be reflected back to you is more lack. So think of it like a radio. If you tune your dial to 105.3 here in LA, you get Christmas music during the holidays. And if you want to tune into jazz, then you go to 97.1. So if you want abundance, you have to tune to the frequency of abundance. Now, what does that mean? It means you've got to think like an abundant person and feel like an abundant person and act like an abundant person. And if you do that, you will change your frequency. This is what Naima did when she went into her subconscious beliefs and she started letting go of all of the limiting beliefs that were keeping her separate from lack. And that's when the $7,600 showed up in her bank account. So here's the exact tool that I use to create these shifts. It's called the decision switch, and it's designed to instantly take you from the frequency of lack to the frequency of abundance. Step one is you've got to catch the scarcity thought and just notice when you're about to make a decision from lack. Maybe you're thinking, I can't afford this, or I don't have enough to do this, or this is too expensive. Step two is to ask yourself this question. Ask yourself, if I already had this thing that I want the money for, whether it's a trip or an opportunity or a car, how would I feel right now if I already had it? If money wasn't an issue and I was fully abundant, how would I feel? Now, step three is to act from that answer and take the action that you feel most comfortable with from that state. You don't have to go buy a Maserati. You don't have to take some extravagant vacation, but do something that is a representation of belief, of faith, of knowing. It could be buying a stick of gum. It could be smiling more. It could be walking more confidently. It doesn't matter what it is, but take an action from that state. The key is to embody that energy right now because everything exists right now. Now, why does this work so well? Well, it kind of tricks your subconscious mind into this new identity that you've created. And if you do it for just a little while, you're going to see evidence. You're going to find a nickel. You're going to get a call from a friend who's got an idea. Something is going to happen to reflect this new state to you. And then it can snowball. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pause this video for about 30 seconds. And I want you to think of something that you're currently feeling stuck with about money. And I want you to apply the decision switch. Just ask yourself, if this was already handled, how would I feel? And then embody that feeling. So go ahead and do that right now. All right, welcome back. Now, if you did that, how does your body feel now? That is your frequency shifting in real time. That's you tuning to an entirely different channel. And when you stay in that frequency, your reality has no choice but to match that new energy. Now, here's what I really want you to remember. Your bank account is not empty because there's no money available to you. It's empty because you haven't yet tuned to the frequency of abundance consistently enough. Everything is energy. Everything is frequency, including money. And you have the power to shift that energy inside of you right now. Now, this is just one small piece that we're going to be covering in a live class called Manifestation Mastery, where you're going to get the full mechanics of how manifestation actually works and practical tools that have never been shared to help you manifest more of what you want much faster. It's really for every area of your life, including money. It's happening on September 13th, and I'll leave a link down in the description for you to check out. We're going to cover everything, the subconscious reprogramming, the energy work, everything that you need in order to start becoming more of a conscious creator in your life. In the meantime, use this decision switch this week. Use it every time you catch yourself in scarcity thinking. And let me know in the comments what shifts you're noticing in your life. I read every single comment and I absolutely love this part of the video. Remember, you're not trying to get abundant. You're realizing that you are already connected to abundance. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.